Every nation has its heroes. Some are remembered for battles fought, others for freedoms won. But there are also quiet heroes, whose legacy lives in the fields, the harvests, and the future of science. Clare Baltazar was one such pioneer. Known as the Queen of Philippine Entomology, she transformed the way we understand insects and their role in agriculture. Her story is one of resilience, brilliance, and service to her country.
Clare Baltazar wasn't just working in a laboratory, she was reshaping the way people looked at science in everyday life. The fact that her work reached beyond universities and helped farmers shows how powerful knowledge can be. It's inspiring to think that a woman in her time could make such a lasting national impact.
Exactly. What makes her story powerful is how she proved that science isn't only for scholars. By connecting it to agriculture and the community, she showed that research could be an act of service. That's why her legacy is remembered, not just for discoveries, but for the lives improved by her work.
Clare was born at a time when science was dominated by men. Yet, from a young age, she was curious about the natural world. Insects fascinated her, their small size, their hidden importance, their mysterious lives. She pursued zoology at the University of the Philippines, and from there, she carved her path into entomology, the study of insects.
It must have been overwhelming to enter science as a woman in the 1950s. Most people probably doubted her, but her curiosity kept her moving forward. That spark of interest in insects might have seemed small, yet it led her to change the way an entire country viewed science and agriculture.
True. She didn't just follow a career, she carved out a new path. Clare Baltazar showed that women could not only survive in science, but led it. That was groundbreaking in her time, and it opened doors for others who dreamed of studying subjects that weren't traditionally welcoming to them.
To many people, insects are just pests. But to Clare, they were keys to solving problems. She studied Hymenoptera, the order of insects that includes wasps, bees, and ants. Through her research, she discovered that these creatures, often feared, could actually protect crops from destructive pests. By introducing natural control methods, Baltazar helped reduce the need for harmful chemicals in Philippine farming.
I love how she turned people's fear of insects into respect. Most of us see bees, ants, or wasps as pests, but she saw them as allies. It takes real vision to discover that the very creatures we avoid could actually protect crops and help farmers feed their families.
Exactly. She revealed that insects are not enemies of farmers, but partners. By proving that natural methods could replace harmful chemicals, she gave agriculture a safer future. That's the kind of innovation that lasts, because it blends science with wisdom from nature itself.
In 1962, Clare Baltazar published her greatest work, Philippine Insects. This book was more than just a catalog. It was the first comprehensive guide to insect life in the country, used by generations of scientists and students. For decades, it remained the ultimate reference in Philippine entomology, a cornerstone of knowledge built by a Filipina scientist.
Publishing Philippine Insects must have felt like leaving a permanent mark. Imagine compiling an entire nation's insect life into one book, something generations could learn from. That wasn't just research, it was building a foundation for future scientists to stand on and continue her vision.
And what made it special was that it was done by a Filipino, for Filipinos. Instead of relying on foreign sources, her book gave the Philippines its own voice in science. It proved that local research mattered and that Filipino scholars could produce world-class work.
But Clare's journey was not easy. As a woman in science during the mid-20th century, she faced challenges of recognition and support. Yet, she persisted. She became a professor, a mentor, and a respected leader in her field. Her work inspired young Filipinos, especially women, to believe that they, too, could make a mark in science.
Her journey wasn't just about discoveries, it was about resilience. To keep pushing despite doubt, bias, and lack of recognition takes courage. She didn't let those barriers define her. Instead, she became the mentor and inspiration that many young scientists needed to see.
Right. She turned obstacles into stepping stones. Every challenge she faced became proof that persistence matters as much as talent. By succeeding in a world that underestimated her, she showed that passion and commitment could outlast prejudice and leave behind a stronger legacy.
Her research reached beyond laboratories. It touched the lives of farmers across the Philippines. With her guidance, natural pest control improved harvests of rice, corn, and sugarcane. Every field free from harmful pesticides, every healthy crop harvested, was a silent tribute to Clare Baltazar's work.
It's amazing how her work reached all the way to the fields. The fact that farmers saw the results in healthier crops and better harvests shows that research wasn't trapped in books. It was alive in their daily lives. That's science at its best, making life better for ordinary people.
Yes. Every farmer who harvested without relying on dangerous chemicals carried part of her legacy. She proved that science could be both practical and compassionate. That's why her impact wasn't just academic, it was woven into the rhythm of farming and the heartbeat of communities.
Today, as we face global challenges in food security and sustainability, Clare Baltazar's vision remains more relevant than ever. She showed us that insects are not just nuisances, they are partners in protecting life. Her research continues to inspire scientists, environmentalists, and farmers around the world.
What strikes me is how her work is still relevant now. With all the talk about sustainability and food security, we're looking back to the very ideas she was already practicing decades ago. It's like she was ahead of her time, teaching lessons we still need today.
Exactly. Eco-friendly farming, biodiversity, sustainable methods, these aren't new trends, they're part of the vision she left behind. Clare Baltazar's research continues to guide us, reminding us that real progress means working with nature, not against it. That's why her story remains alive today.
Clare Baltazar's story is one of courage, brilliance, and service. She was not only a scientist but also a mentor, a pioneer, and a quiet hero of Philippine agriculture. Her legacy lives on in classrooms, in fields, and in the hearts of those she inspired. Truly, she is the queen of Philippine entomology.
She wasn't just a scientist, she was a pioneer who showed that service and knowledge could go hand in hand. Her story proves that science isn't only about facts, it's about people, communities, and the future that grows from their efforts.
And that's what makes her a true hero. Not a hero with medals or ceremonies, but one whose legacy is written in fields, classrooms, and lives improved by her work. Clare Baltazar's story reminds us that the quietest contributions often echo the loudest in history.
Dr. Clare R. Baltazar's life reminds us that science is more than research. It is compassion in action. Through her study of insects, she nurtured the hands that feed our nation and opened minds that seek to understand it. Her curiosity taught us that no discovery is too small, and no dream too distant when guided by purpose. As we move forward into new frontiers of science, may we carry her spirit, one of patience, service, and love for both people and the natural world. For in every harvest, in every classroom, and in every question asked with wonder, her legacy continues to live.